Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to another one of my little reviews on another FSX aircraft. So today we are looking at the Virtavia's newest release for 2014, the Martin SP-5B Marlin. Sorry, I was about to say Mariner, but no, the Mariner's where this aircraft came from. And this is the Marlin, so this was the sort of last evolution, and really sort of like last time we really saw a flying boat in US service. Really, this one, yeah. For this particular one, we're going to be taking out the a French one, a French Naval one. We'll be taking out today, and they're going to be visiting Hamilton Island off the sunny coast of Queensland. Though at the moment, in real life, they're a little bit afflicted with some poor weather. But anyway, yeah, so there we are, folks. Look, without too much further ado, let's get underway. So as we always do, we're going to have a quick look at some of the exterior today. So, look, as always, folks, the Virtavia have really acquitted themselves quite well here. The exterior modelling is pretty damn amazing. So, sort of zoom in here, we've got this amazing sort of texture thing. Now you do get 6 liveries are included. This aircraft was operated by 3 major operators, so the US Navy, the US Coast Guard, and the French Navy, operating them off the Ivory Coast in West Africa. So used for search and rescue and maritime patrol duties. And yeah, look, the textures are absolutely incredible. Very, very highly detailed, and yeah, just I think something typical that we've come to expect of what we get from Virtavia, and very, very impressive there with that. So, yeah, look, I said I can't really say more than that. And one thing I really love, and I don't know whether this is Virtavia or this is just, you know, FSX being cool at the moment, but the water reflections as well is just pretty damn awesome. Like I do like. Yeah, the detail that you're getting in that reflection is pretty damn awesome. So, yeah. Anyway, I've just got chopping away there. So, yeah, they've done really, really well with this one. Got animated pilot figures in the front there. Exterior animation-wise, it does have access to a couple of doors and some ladders when you do have your beaching gear, which we might show off towards the end, I think, as well. But we'll come back to that a bit later. Alright, so now that we've had a look at some of this amazing exterior modelling, let us jump on to the inside. Alright, so it's a little bit quieter in the inside here, isn't it? Yeah, very, very loud, those two turbines. They are definitely quite the loud little proverbials, aren't they? Yeah, it's two quite, you know, very, very heavily horse-powered right radial engines. The sound is absolutely incredible, and Virtavia definitely captured that, I think, with being quite well with that one. So, all right. Now, we are sort of having a little bit of an evening flight here, so we're going to sort of switch some of the lights on the outside there. But anyway, all right. Look, as always, folks, we've got the pretty amazingly, very beautifully detailed cockpit. Again, that was we sort of expect from Virtavia. The instruments are very, very sort of appropriate for the time, stuff like that. There is the nav GPS in there for those, you know, so we're sort of pretending that this one has been sort of, you know, fast forward into the future here, and actually, you know, now is fitted with GPS. Well, not entirely accurate for the time, but yeah, you know, for a lot of us navigationally challenged pilots, it's probably not such a bad idea to throw that in there. But yeah, we've got a fully functioning sort of center column there, and this, I did want to point out this cool little thing down here. So this little switch down here, that I've just sort of closed there, I was hoping to again, because we're about to do some water taxiing, but one of the sort of features and innovations of the Marlin was the fact that it had these really cool little sort of like water rudders, almost like a speed brake for the water, but it meant that you could actually a lot better control on the water. So it's not operated with the normal water rudder command that some of the other seaplanes and amphibians in FSX control with. It actually is a manual switch inside the virtual cockpit, so and you have this little red notification light come on when you know it's there. So yeah, it makes handling on the water so much easier. But there you go. Usual setup, sort of very periodic, very suitable to the times of the gauges here. Very accurate from the photos that I've been able to find, the reference photos I've seen. Very accurate here. The one that I'm not sure about here was this little particle level. Now, the documentation that comes with it does sort of suggest that it was sort of, you know, alpha radiation particles or something like that. But yeah, I can't find any sort of definitive, you know, information about what exactly it was. So anyway. We was using a lot of that search and rescue stuff and a lot of, you know, Maritime Patrol, so maybe he was looking for something else. And this little panel in the middle here, by the way, as well, don't let it fool you. It's actually not a radar, even though this aircraft was in the latter stages of its life fitted with a naval search radar. The bulbous radar with the front sort of suggests. It actually isn't a radar screen. It's actually just there for where you put the your maps, so you'd actually have reference charts and stuff like that. So yeah, don't let it fool you. There is no on-off switch. Yeah, I did look, and then it actually helped that I read the documentation and went, oh yeah, that's right. It's actually not actually part of that. So anyway, we're going to sort of, as we sort of kept waffling on, we're going to taxi out of Hamilton Island Harbour here. We're going to taxi out into the waterways, and we might do a quick takeoff and enjoy a beautiful sunset over the Whitsunday Islands, I think. So, the scenery, by the way, for this little flight today, folks, is courtesy of some wonderful freeware scenery actually from Ants Aussie Airports. So it has a whole range of Australian airports. They are available through the AusX forum and also from his website, which I will put in the links towards the end of this video. So, alright, so as we taxi out of the channel here, we'll turn a little bit. Alright, now we're going to turn that water rudder off before we sort of start our takeoff roll, I think. Alright, bring those, retract that back up. Now, pop some flaps down. Go 2 knots of flaps, I think. Alright, let's push her forward and see how she goes in the air. Something about the sound those engines make. These radials, just having these giant radials just next to you. Amazing. Alright, bumping along the water here. Up we go into the air. It's a very, very smooth aircraft to fly, and something that is very much, you know, a sort of feature of the design, because she was designed as a replacement for the Mariner. So it was designed very much for your sort of long-range patrol and anti-submarine warfare sort of things as well. So it is, you know, it does capture the fact that it is a very, very stable platform, very, very well. And I think that that definitely, that research and that attention to detail sort of paid off here, and you get that distinct feeling that, yeah, she's a very stable aircraft, and you do get that feeling, and it just it just has that sort of relaxing feel, and you know, she does have that sort of, you know, loud sound and that deep throaty roar of these twin radials, and there's just something ponderous about her that's just, yeah, just somewhat beautiful all at the same time. It really is, and it's just not something that, yeah, I think some of the modern aircraft just, you don't seem to sort of get that feeling and that sort of thoughts there when you do it. So I think this is quite well captured, and yeah, very, very nice feeling, and I can really see myself putting a few hours into this. I think it's just, yeah, because she is so docile and so very yeah, okay, somewhat lumberous, but at the same time, yeah, because she's that docile, she's just a real pleasure to fly, and she just purrs along, you know, admittedly, you know, very, very loudly purring, but, you know, she does sort of just purr along, and just gives you that sense that, yeah, she was meant to fly, and she was just meant to be relaxed and enjoyed. I think is really, really one of the big things. So yeah. Now, as we sort of bank around here, I think we might. I think we might drop it out. I think 2,000 feet. Yeah, look, as we always get with Virtavia, this attention to detail in the cockpit. I mean, we've got these beautiful sort of astral navigation sort of windows here, and very, very well modelled up here along the sort of the center console as well. Like you can retract the landing lights under the wings and stuff like that. So a lot of interesting detail there. Now, one of the other cool things is that the prop control. Now, I'm not gonna. You know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'm going to, because one of the really fun things that they put into this is the fact that they actually sort of put the pictures of the engines right and stuff like that. So, for example, when you have if there's an engine failure or something like that, there was this you sort of shut the engine down and then you pull the sort of feather the prop. So what we'll do here is I think we'll kill the left engine, shall we? All right. Leveled out for this. Right. Engine 1. Alright. And then we shall push to feather. So what you get is it actually does have so the actual pitch of the prop actually changes to its proper feathered state. So it gives it blade on. So it won't actually minimises the drag and the lift and all the rest of it. So it actually then goes right, minimises the drag on the as you're flying along, so which is very, very important when you want to sort of keep it going with one engine. Alright. Now the fun is going to be trying to land in this one, I suppose. Alright. But even with one engine down, like she's still very, very docile, and that was very much a mark of the sort of the role that this aircraft was designed to fulfil with that sort of Maritime Patrol and air sea rescue services. It was very much designed to sort of do that and actually sort of go, no, it needs to be a very stable, very reliable platform to actually be able to do such things, which is very, very important. And I mean, even with the modern day Maritime Patrol aircraft, they're always designed with the idea in mind that you can shut down multiple engines, also some of the engines to actually improve your sort of cruise and range and stuff like that. So it's very, very important even to this day that the aircraft, Maritime Patrol aircraft, are very docile and very stable and things like that. So, and again, even I think this is sort of just showing off that even with an engine out now, I'm still very much in control. Slight pull, but very, very easily to control. Very, very docile to respond. So very, very important. So we'll see if we see if I can't make an absolute hash of this landing. Of course, it's going to be fun. First time actually deliberately shutting an engine down in this thing. And yeah. Alright. Get some flaps down. Now, it does also come featured, and possibly may be able to show you this. It does actually also feature Beeching Gear as well, so you can actually sort of drive her up onto the land, because she's not an amphibian, she is a seaplane, or flying boat. It's not an actual amphibian, because amphibians have the gear built in, whereas aircraft like this, as a float plane, as a seaplane, they actually, the gear is separate and not actually part of it, so... See if we can touch this down. Drifting a little bit now. And there we go. Nice. Now we're going to pop our water rudder out. There we are. Alright. Haha! Alright, there we are. Done. Landed. Ugh. Alright. Now that I've got sort of touched there with just one engine down, I feel like I did quite well there. I'm rather impressed with myself on that one. Alright, so last one is, we'll see if we can show you the beaching gear for this one. See if we can taxi up onto the Hamilton Islands runway here. This could be a bit steep. I didn't actually try this before the video, folks. This could be interesting. So the Beeching Gear is operated just with your normal undercarriage gear retraction, gear extension command. Now, this is a very big warning. Do not do this and try and land with this Beeching Gear on. It does horrible, horrible, horrible things to the flight dynamics. So yeah, there is a big warning for that in the manuals and whatever. But yeah, it's actually serious. Yeah, don't do it. It does horrible things to the flight. Anyway, all right. Let's see if I can taxi myself up onto the runway here, shall I? Oh, there we go. Oh, bouncing a bit. Yeah, don't think that works so well. There we are, that's better. There we are, that's a little bit better. Alright, we got there in the end. Just had to get the right place to actually taxi onto. I think that was the main thing. And we should probably taxi over to one of the maintenance hangars, shouldn't we? Yes, we should, since we have that engine shut down. Well, folks, look, this title is pretty damn cool. It's something very, very different, and I think that's one of the things I like about, especially Virtavia's newer stuff, is that the things that they're making are often a little bit more unusual, and some of the slightly off-the-wall stuff, like things like the B-45 Tornadoes, was very unusual. Only a few of them built. This one here is there's only 285 built, I think, and only one surviving to this day. So there's only one left. That's actually kicking around now, and that's preserved at the Pensacola Naval Air Station, I believe. So, and I think that they really capture the thoughts, and as I was saying, how docile this aircraft actually is. And I think they really capture that quite well, and you get that feeling that this was very much an aircraft that was sort of, the last of an era, as it were, where it actually, sort of said, this is the last of an era. There is no more of this kind of thing. This was the end of the line, as it were, for flying boats and for piston engine aircraft in military service. It was very much the end of the line, and you do get that feeling that this is it, and in some ways, you sort of, it's a feeling of a story of a time gone by when passengers used to relax in luxury, and aviators still wore goggles and stuff like that. And although that's wasn't the case in this one, you do get that feeling that this was the last of an era, end of an era. So, to be fair, they did serve on into the 1960s. The last active US deployment of these was actually in the Vietnam War. The early couple of years of the Vietnam War, they were sort of sent on anti-submarine warfare and sort of shipping patrols to make sure that Viet Cong forces weren't being supplied too much. But yeah, there you go. Well, folks, as I said, my overall impressions, this is, if you're into aircraft that are slightly different and a little bit more unusual, this aircraft is going to suit you down to the ground. It is absolutely incredible. It really is. The flight dynamics are very smooth, very stable. It is an absolute pleasure to fly. Can be quite tricky, as you just saw, with trying to actually get the sucker onto to get her onto the ground. Probably should have helped that I actually should have used a proper beaching boat ramp kind of thing. That probably would have helped me, but yeah, we'll let that one go. But otherwise, folks, look, this is an absolutely incredible. The flight model, as I said, from everything I've read, it was a very stable aircraft, and yeah, this is the sort of perfect of that one there as well. So, look, highly recommended for anyone who wants something different in their hangar. And if you do want to sort of have that sort of golden age and just want to enjoy something that you don't see every day, and you can operate off water and stuff like that, yeah, this is definitely going to be the bird for you. So there you go. Well, folks, let's do a quick shout out. As I said, this is Virtavia's 2014 release. It's just now been out now for a few days. Yeah, it comes with 6 liveries. So you've got 4 for the US Navy of various time periods, 1 for the US Coast Guard, and the French Aeronaval one here as well. Thanks. I just want to give a quick shout out and thanks very much to the wonderful guys over at pcaviator.com.au for granting me the ability to have, giving me and giving this copy of this amazing aircraft to review. So thank you very much for that, guys. Now this aircraft is available now from all good flight sim stores, sort of online and so online with your favourite stories. And as always, guys, I always highly recommend the great team over at pcaviator.com.au. They've got some great deals there as well. So, well, folks, that's pretty much me done for today. Thank you also to the team of Virtavia for producing this magnificent aircraft. Yeah, a barrel of fun it's really going to be, and I think this is probably going to get added to my air hauler hangar. I think I've been looking for something to be able to operate out of some water strips, and I think this is going to be a good one. I think, yeah, there you go. Well, folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. The links that we've talked about for the scenery and for the aircraft are going to be in the description down below. As always, folks, take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time.